Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And something very interesting was announced today.
A surprise to neither of us.
Yeah, it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise. It turns out that Funimation is going to be absorbed into Crunchyroll. That Crunchyroll is going to eat Funimation.
You mean like we said what's going to happen?
One of these two brands, had to take dominance over the other.
I honestly figured it'd be the other way around.
I thought it would be the other way around. I did too.
But we said that they were going to be rolled together. And look, lo and behold.
Yeah,
that was all Neon. I'll give him credit for this one.
I guess it's better than Funny Crunch.
Yeah, we were trying to make
Crunchy Fun.
Crunchy-mation. We were trying to make names, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so now we know what's going to happen. That basically, as I understand it, Sony is going to phase out Funimation and it's all going to be Crunchyroll. They're probably looking at it like, well, I have to wonder too. Are they phasing out Funimation because there's so much effing drama around Funimation and the Vic Mignogna lawsuit and all that shit?
The reason I thought they'd go the other way is because Funimation's name is much more recognizable, I think, than Crunchyroll. It's been around for animation for a lot longer, so it has a lot more, recognition. So I was expecting it to go that way. It could be what you're saying because
I don't know.
People associate it with old, because it's been around so long, and Crunchyroll seems like it's newer and fresher. I don't know.
Because Crunchyroll,
it's still crunchy. It's not soggy roll.
Yeah, it was a very kind of a niche thing. I don't know. We're gonna talk about this. Very interesting development. We'll kind of talk about the history of what happened here. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Over 259,000 subs. Thank you for the support. We do talk about anime, talk about the animation industry. We've been talking about the streaming wars, and we're going to talk about what went down with Crunchyroll and Funimation. So Crunchyroll and Funimation split 3 years ago. Funimation, which is owned by Sony, said, hey, we're not playing ball with you guys anymore. We're leaving.
I remember.
Right? It was a very high-profile split. Well, then fast forward a couple of years, and we started to hear from some of our insiders at Warner that Warner was not terribly happy with Crunchyroll's performance, that it was very possible Crunchyroll was going to be phased out completely. What we had heard was the most likely scenario was HBO Max. They were going to basically make Crunchyroll a tab on HBO Max, and that was going to be like their anime content. Well, weird thing happened. Sony actually bought Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I think they overpaid.
They way overpaid. They paid
we had a person telling us that was going to happen too, before it happened.
Yeah. So they way overpaid for it. And then, of course, the first question that comes up is you've got two anime streaming services. One, you've got redundancies.
I was going to say
redundancies. And I remember when the sale was announced, you had some of the people actually working at Crunchyroll like, no, we're fine. They told us we're fine. I'm like, they always tell you you're fine because they don't want you to leave until they decide they don't need you anymore.
Well, apparently Crunchyroll kind of was fine.
Kind of. They actually got rid of a lot of people. Some people left on their own. I do not foresee them keeping that ridiculously expensive office.
I was wondering about that,
San Francisco that they're all bragging about.
That.
But they are merging. And then we're like, okay, so if they're merging, which name are they going to keep? Funimation or Crunchyroll, or come up with something else? And it turns out they're keeping the Crunchyroll name.
Yes.
So, make no mistake though, this Crunchyroll I think is going to be mostly Funimation, just with the Crunchyroll brand, because it sounds to me
it's crunchy outside.
It's crunchy outside. It sounds
Funimation
to me
on the inside.
like they were crunchy on the outside. We're all fun in the middle.
That's right.
Once you get past the hard shell, it's But yeah, I have heard from people that work around these companies that the infrastructure at Funimation they think is actually better than Crunchyroll's. They think Crunchyroll is kind of a disorganized mess.
You don't say.
And of course, we have a lot of activists running at the mouth. Of course, they do at Funimation too. But I have to wonder, is this a technicality? Can they be like, oh yeah, hey, we're Crunchyroll now, and yeah, Funimation may have fired or blacklisted certain people, but now that we're Crunchyroll.
Or it could be that they want to keep the Crunchyroll name because people recognize them, because now it's like the trendy one, and then but keep the Funimation sensibilities where it's a little more you can't go around just being an activist all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah, this is interesting. So here we go. Sony is effectively merging its two anime streaming services, announcing that Crunchyroll subscribers will have access to library and simulcast content previously available to Funimation subscribers starting on March 1st.
Today.
That's today. The move brings more than 1,600 hours from more than 50 newly added titles in Funimation's lineup to Crunchyroll, while Sony said it won't be raising prices on Crunchyroll's packages for now. The company said future new releases will be exclusive to Crunchyroll starting April 1st, and Funimation will only continue to add new episodes of current series. It sounds like they're phasing it out.
What if you have like the Funimation, the app? Is it all going to Crunchyroll then?
I'm guessing.
Because I know there's Crunchyroll and they have a Funimation.
Yeah,
we have both. So that's what I was kind of wondering.
Yeah, they're gonna have to figure out how to do this without losing revenue. So they'll probably be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna keep the Funimation streaming service active until the end of the year, and at that point, Crunchyroll is gonna double in price.
Well, they might tell us. Well, yeah, probably. We'll see.
Sony's Funimation Global Group bought Crunchyroll for over $1 billion.
Overpaid.
Way overpaid. A deal that closed in August 2021, bringing together two former rivals. So yeah, here's if it were me, I'd be like, ha ha, because they had a falling out, and they left for a couple of years, and then they came back and they brought Sony's money with them. They said, we're gonna buy you bitches out. Is what we're gonna do. Hilarious. I didn't see it coming. I actually thought that they were going to shut down Crunchyroll or minimize.
Well, we did know that there was they were going to buy it because people told us.
We had people tell us that the original plan was that they were going to keep, Warner was going to keep Crunchyroll, and it was going to be the anime content on HBO Max. Whatever was going to happen, like there was no scenario in which Crunchyroll was going to stay the same, because Warner didn't give a shit. AT&T didn't give a shit. They got Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth and some of these other streaming services as part of a package deal with this one media company. And it was an Otter Media Group or something like that. And they didn't care. They really did not care.
Yeah, and then we had somebody that was associated with Sony telling us, oh no, they're going to buy it.
Yeah.
So we knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, so under Sony's ownership, the anime division has now been redubbed Crunchyroll LLC, operated as a joint venture between Sony Pictures Entertainment and Aniplex. Yep, Demon Slayer. It's interesting because Crunchyroll, I think, was Elation, because I know like the PayPal payment would come out as Elation. I think Elation's done.
Yeah, it was what? Yeah, because that was the ones
toast.
that it caused a big backlash too.
High Guardian Spice. Yes.
So Sony said merging Funimation content to Crunchyroll will create a huge benefit for new and existing subscribers who would no longer have to pay for two services. Okay. So that answers that. Crunchyroll's pricing of ad-free subscription plan remains unchanged at $7.99 a month for the fan tier, $9.99 a month for Mega Fan, and $14.99 a month under Ultimate Fan. So, the Crunchyroll app is available on 15 platforms. So is this all going to the Crunchyroll app then?
Yeah, I think they're just gonna have one anime streaming app, and it's gonna
that'd be a lot easier. I mean, one, you can save money that way, but I mean they're gonna make sure you pay more, but it still might be cheaper than running both.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be everything's gonna be on one instead of having to have two, because we have both Funimation and Crunchyroll ourselves.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. Now, I hope Sony, look, they've been really hit or miss. We've talked about, how they've been handling movies and TV shows that they have put fans first. Look at Cobra Kai, look at Spider-Man No Way Home, look at, what they're doing compared to like Disney, which is like, you're going to like what we give you or we're going to call you names.
Yeah.
If they apply the same sensibilities to this new version of Crunchyroll, I think they'll be in a fantastic place. But fantastic. But you also look at what they do or how they handle their video game division, and it's the same kind of bullshit.
Yeah, so it depends. Could go either way at this point.
But it is going to be interesting because I think this means there are going to be some changes with some Funimation people, and I gotta wonder if there's some people out there maybe that were causing trouble, PR trouble for Funimation that maybe won't get a call now that it's Crunchyroll and not Funimation.
Or it could go the other way, and they'll be the first one's called back because it's Crunchyroll and not Funimation.
Who the hell knows? But pretty interesting turn of events, guys. So now
Not really. It's not a surprising one.
It's not surprising.
I mean, it's surprising they went with Crunchyroll or Funimation, but it's not surprising.
Well, it's interesting the fact that I love it. Funimation pulled out and then they came back and bought them. Because that is a dick move.
I know, that is funny. That is something you would do.
I would absolutely do that.
I know you would.
I would, in a heartbeat. Anybody who knows me knows I can be very vindictive. So I'd be like, if it takes me 10 years, I'm going to come back and buy your little pissant company out for firing me. It may still happen at some point. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Anyway. If I allow it, and I agree that it's worth the time.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.